Hi guys, welcome to Mario Master 101. Today is a very special day. It's Mario Day. If you don't understand why, basically for March, you abbreviate it by Mar. And it's the 10th, so Mar 10th. And if you think about it, the 1 kind of looks like an I. So yeah, that's why it's Mario Day. Anyway, for this year's Mario Day special, I made a Google form about every mainline Mario game and asked my fan base what they thought of it. Loving it is 100%, liking it is 70%, finding it meh is 50%, disliking it is 30%, and hating it is 0%. Then, I divided the percents by the amount that said they played it to get to the percentage. By the way, I didn't know whether to count 64DS and Bowser's Fury or not, since 64DS is technically a remake, and Bowser's Fury isn't a game you can get separately. So, I let my fans decide. They said that Bowser's Fury is mainline, but 64DS isn't. So 64DS won't be in the list. But, just in case you're still curious, I took the time to figure out its percentage too. It got a 78.6%. But yeah, with all this in mind, the games we will be talking about are Super Mario Bros., Lost Levels, 2, 3, Land, World, Land 2, 64, Sunshine, New Super Mario Bros., Galaxy, New Super Bros. Wii, Super Mario Galaxy 2, 3D Land, New Super Bros. 2, New Super Bros. U, Super Mario 3D World, Odyssey, and Bowser's Fury. So yeah, with that said, let's go! 18. Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels with a 38.1%. I'm gonna be honest, I kinda, sorta, definitely expected this to be last place. For every other mainline Mario game, I understand why it would be your favorite, and there are some reasons why it would be your favorite. For this one though, I genuinely don't know why it would be your favorite. I don't know a single person who does find this game their favorite. And honestly, I see why it was so low. It's basically the original, but way more sadistic. If you're up for a platforming challenge, it can be fun, but if you're just casually playing mainline Mario games, I don't really know why you'd like this one. I can't recommend it to you if you're casually playing, then I don't recommend it. If you're up for a challenge, then this game will probably be fun, but honestly, most people just see this as just the original, but way harder, and not at all as revolutionary. Which, being revolutionary was sort of the main thing about Super Mario Bros. And why people like it so much to this very day. But yeah, 18 is Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels, because it's honestly way too hard and didn't really innovate it, at all. But yeah, that's why Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels is 18, according to my fans. 17. New Super Mario Bros. 2 with a 56.7%. Wanna know how abysmal Lost Levels did? It did so abysmal that second to last place has around 20% more than last place. Yes, around a 20% gap. That's when you know that last place kinda sorta messed up. But yeah, anyway, New Super Mario Bros. 2, while it is honestly my least favorite 2D Mario that's new, New Super Mario Bros., it is still pretty fun. Although, not as fun as the other New Super Mario Bros. Games. And it is kinda unoriginal, so, I understand why it's so low, because it's not really that original. But, I mean, at least it's actually fun, unlike Lost Levels, am I right? Also, this game's just fun to play in short bursts. You can probably get it done in, an hour or so, but if you're just into playing a game that's fast, then this game might be for you. Although, unfortunately, it did get rid of the 4-player multiplayer and you can only play with 2, but then again, people didn't like it that much, other than me, because I actually liked it a lot. So yeah, New Super Bros. 2 is pretty fun, but it is also kind of unoriginal, so I see why it couldn't be any higher. But yeah, I do enjoy New Super Bros. 2 though, I enjoy it way more than Lost Levels. But yeah, New Super Bros. 2 is at 17 according to my fans. On to 16. 16, Super Mario Land with 57.6%. I'm gonna be honest, I've only played Super Mario Land once, and that one time was on a computer, so I personally don't really have much to say about Super Mario Land. Like, I know that it's one of the most popular handheld games on the Game Boy. That's pretty much what I know. And it is also pretty unique, though, having Tatanga as the boss instead of Bowser. But just the fact that I've only played this game once, I can't really say much about it. Like, I'm pretty sure it is fun. Like, I do want to play it more. But yeah, I just don't have much to say about it. But yeah, it looks pretty promising. Like, it doesn't look as good as other 2D Mario games, but you know, it still looks fine. And I mean, this was one of the first Game Boy games, so you know, it's pretty popular and you know, pretty important in the gaming industry most likely. So yeah, that's why Super Mario Land is at 16th place with a 57.6. On to 15. 15. Super Mario Bros. 2 with a 59.6. I'm gonna be honest here, this is probably the most underrated 2D Mario. It's honestly lots of fun, and it might even be one of my favorites. I really like how all the characters have different abilities. Mario is, you know, pretty standard. Luigi can jump pretty high, Toad can run pretty fast, and Peach can hover. Those 4 abilities are honestly really cool, and they're basically what gave the characters actual abilities, unlike in the original Super Mario Bros., where Mario and Luigi were, you know, pretty much the same. But yeah, this game is honestly pretty fun too. Sure, some of the stuff isn't like actual Mario fashion, but honestly, I don't care. It also gave us stuff like Shy Guys and Bob-omb, and this game's honestly pretty fun. It's just really polished, and honestly, this is honestly the most underrated 2D Mario. Heck, just one of the most underrated Mario games just in general. This game is just so much fun to play. Like, honestly, if you haven't played it, I honestly really suggest it. This might actually be one of my favorite 2D Mario games of all time, not even joking. So yeah, that's why Super Mario Bros. Is at 15. And it's way better than the Lost Levels. Lost Levels is way too hard and just not fun, but this is really fun, honestly. It's lots of fun. Although, most people don't like it as much as me. I mean, yeah. But yeah, that's why Super Mario Bros. Is at 15. Most people don't like it as much as I do. They prefer the original, most likely, which is why I think it was so low. Although, for me personally, it would be way higher than this. So yeah, for my fans, Super Mario Bros. 2 is at 15, although I personally think it should be way higher. But yeah, Super Mario Bros. 2 is at 15. On to 14. 14. New Super Mario Bros. U with 60.5%. I'm gonna be honest, personally, this is my favorite 2D Mario game. The reason being is, honestly, it just feels the most polished. Plus, it has the 4-player aspect from Wii, which, you know, I actually really like it. And it's basically just the most polished Mario game in my opinion, that's 2D. And just getting the star coins are pretty fun, too. And, you know, just the worlds are pretty cool. Basically, it's just like New Super Bros. Wii, but just more polished and, you know, with acorns too. So, basically, it's just New Super Bros. Wii, but even more polished. I don't really have much left to say. So, yeah. I mean, it is kind of unoriginal at times, I'll admit, because it is basically just another New Super Mario Bros. Game. But it is honestly pretty fun, it's the most polished, and it's my favorite. So yeah, that's why New Super Mario Bros. U is at 14. On to 13. At 13, we have Super Mario 3D Land with a 70.5%. Even though that this is the least received 3D Mario game, honestly, people still gave it a 70.5%, which if you remember, 70% when I take into account all the votes, if somebody says they like, that's a 70%. And since this game had a 70.5, it's honestly close to pretty much everybody liking it. And honestly, I like this game too. It's basically 3D Mario and 2D Mario combined. Some people might not like that because you like true 3D, but honestly, I don't mind it. In fact, I honestly find this game pretty fun, especially for a 3DS. Although, there isn't as much content as something like 3D World, I can honestly look past that. since the fact that this is on a handheld, and honestly, a fact that a game this good is even on a handheld is pretty impressive, I'm gonna be honest. So yeah, this is one of the games on the 3DS that helped push sales. And essentially, this game helped Nintendo a lot, because if you remember, the Wii U, the two systems were the Wii U and 3DS, and the Wii U was not selling well. And honestly, if it wasn't for 3D Land, the 3DS wouldn't have sold it well either. So essentially, 3D Land is basically what we have to thank for that. And honestly, I find this game to be pretty fun too. So yeah, that's why Super Mario 3D Land is at 13. I'm assuming the reason why the other 3D Mario games are higher is because they're true 3D, or 3D and 2D, like more 3D than 3D Land for like Galaxy games. And also Galaxy games have a charming atmosphere. So yeah, while this game might not be my favorite 3D Mario because I prefer games like Odyssey, Galaxy games, and 3D World, I still honestly really like this game, and the fans like it too. So yeah, that's why Super Mario 3D Land is at 13. On to 12. At number 12, we have Super Mario Sunshine with a 71.7%. I'm gonna be honest, my opinion on Sunshine is kinda conflicted. Like, when I was playing it in my 3D All-Stars video, I was having a blast. And, I didn't play on that file anymore, so, if you want me to finish that series, I could. But I played on a different file, just so I can try to play Sunshine again. Some parts I loved, but other parts, in my opinion, were kinda sorta tedious, honestly. Like, sometimes I die to glitches, and other times the game just I try to just use the controls, but it didn't work properly for some reason. I don't know if that's just me or if it's the game, but like I don't know. This game's really fun, don't get me wrong. Like, I enjoy it a lot, but in comparison to any other 3D Mario game, I don't know. This one, in my opinion, just seems the most glitch. And honestly, it just seems like the one that I die the most too. I don't know if it's just me or if it's the game itself, but like, sometimes I run into like momentum glitches when like I'm doing Flood, and it just doesn't work. I don't know if it's just me or not, but honestly, yeah, I understand why you love Sunshine. Gamer27, I understand why you love it. Don't get mad at me if some parts aren't really, working for me. Like, that's not... I don't know if that's me or not, or if it's the game itself. I have no clue! I mean, the game's fun when it actually works, but I don't know if it's just me, if the game's just bad for... It's, like, not the game itself, but, like, some areas? But, like, I don't know. And honestly, it's my opinion on Sunshine, like, I love it when it's working, but when the momentum stuff happens, or other glitches, I don't like it that much. Like, I give this game lots of respect. It is fun when it actually works, but it doesn't work all the time for me. So, yeah, this might honestly be my least favorite 3D Mario game, because sometimes it doesn't work. So yeah, that's why Super Mario Sunshine is at 12. I understand why people love it, and heck, when it works, I love it myself. But when it doesn't work, I don't like it when it doesn't work. But yeah, that's why Super Mario Sunshine is at number 12. On to 11. In 11th place, we have the one that started it all, Super Mario Bros. With a 73.9%. I'm gonna be honest. Even though personally this isn't my favorite Mario game, personally, I do prefer the others more, outside of Lost Levels, obviously. But I can't deny that this game had an impact. This game saved the gaming industry. This game's important. I'd honestly say that this game is the most important Mario game. Heck, probably one of the most important games just ever made, honestly. Like, it's not my favorite, but it saved gaming. Honestly, since it's saved gaming, I can definitely see why people love it so much. Plus, I mean, some people have nostalgia, and honestly, this game saved gaming, and I can't thank it enough for that. So, while in a game standpoint, it's not my favorite, in an impact standpoint, it honestly is because it saved gaming. So, I mean, who cares if I like others more? This one is objectively saves gaming. So, objectively, this game is so important. It's just so important. Like, yes, the others have more, and I like the others more outside of Lost Levels. I mean, Lost Levels is kind of stupid anyway. But yeah, this game is very important to the gaming industry, and I honestly hold lots of respect for it. I hold lots, and it's also honestly really fun. So yeah, thank you Super Mario Bros. For just saving the gaming industry. I can't thank you enough, because now we have other games. Plus, my YouTube channel can exist because of you. I don't even want to picture what I'd be doing if it wasn't because of you. So yeah, this game is super important to the gaming industry, and that's why I'm putting it at 11 according to my fans, because my fans know how important this game is, and they have some nostalgia for it. So yeah. Anyway, on to 10. In 10th place, we have a tie with 75.2% between Super Mario Land 2 and Super Mario Bros. 3. Now, I'm gonna be honest, just like the original Mario Land, I've only played Mario Land 2 once, so I can't really talk about it that much. Although, I do think that it probably is better because, I mean, it scored higher and it looks better, but luckily for us, I have played a bunch of Super Mario Bros. 3, and I can tell you that Super Mario Bros. 3 is honestly pretty fun. It basically took what Super Mario Bros. 1 was in the gameplay standpoint, and basically expanded it with more power-ups. And honestly, it was really cool and revolutionary for the time. Plus, it also added world maps. And honestly, to this very day, I can still have lots of fun playing this game. And no wonder Nathaniel Bandy thinks this is his favorite 2D platformer of all time. It makes lots of sense. Although, if we're talking about in terms of all time, it isn't my favorite, but it is still really fun to play to this very day, and it basically expanded on the original and just added more. Plus, we have got a world map, which is pretty epic, and just like the original, people who grew up with an NES also can have nostalgia of this game, so I understand why it was so high. And, I mean, it is still really fun to play. So yeah, that's why Super Mario Land 2 and Super Mario Bros. 3 are at 10. I don't really know why Land 2 is at 10 in the same spot as this one, because I haven't played Land 2, but I do think it probably is a good game. So yeah, that's why they're at number 10. Time for number 9. In 9th place, we have New Super Mario Bros. With 76.7%. I'm gonna be honest, I honestly expected this to be the highest rated New Super Mario Bros. Game because many people who I talk to say that this is the best one. However, Wii is ahead of it. But both the games are really fun, so yeah. But I'll talk about Wii later. Now we're talking about DS. This game basically brought back 2D Mario. Although nowadays there's multiple new Super Mario Bros. Games. Back then, this game was honestly something new. It took Super Mario Bros. And basically made it polished. And honestly, I appreciate this game a lot and have lots of fun for it. Lots of fun with it too. And honestly, getting to the star coins is pretty fun. And you know, this game has unique bosses, and the stuff in this game actually felt new, unlike the others. So yeah, this game is also Nathaniel Bandy's favorite New Super Mario Bros. Game. So yeah, also, there's the Blue Shell and Mega Mushroom, and both those power-ups are pretty fun. The Mini Mushroom is pretty I mean, it can be fun at some points, but other points is just kind of a hindrance. But I mean, if you want to get a secret exit, it is pretty fun. I mean, yeah, this game is pretty solid, and it also brought back 2D Mario, and, you know, this game sold really, really well. I mean, it was on the DS, and the DS is like the second most popular gaming system ever made, so it makes sense. And some people nowadays have nostalgia towards this game, which makes sense. Also, I'd say objectively, yes, this game is better than any of the old 2D Mario games. So yeah. But we still have one old one that's ahead of this. Although, this game's still really good. And it's really fun, honestly. And just, its return is really cool. And this game was also pretty fun. So yeah, that's why New Super Mario Bros. Is at number 9 with a 76.7%. On to number 8. At number 8, with a 76.9%, we have Bowser's Fury. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I don't like Bowser's Fury as much as other 3D Mario games considering how short it is. And sometimes it can be kind of like confusing to know where to go. I mean, it doesn't control bad, but sometimes it can just be confusing. Although, you know, it is also pretty fun because the movement's pretty fun. The movement feels pretty polished. And honestly, this game is pretty fun. So yeah. Although, it can be kind of confusing, but the movement's pretty good. Bowser is Super Saiyan Bowser. It's really cool, honestly. And the movement's also pretty good. Well, I wouldn't personally say that this game's better than all the other 3D games we talked about, because I do prefer 3D Land over this, and maybe Sunshine, because at least Sunshine feels bigger. This just feels like a side mode. But just the fact this is a side mode doesn't make me appreciate it as much. I mean, it is good, don't get me wrong, and it controls so well, but I just don't like it as much as others. I mean, I do still like it, don't get me wrong. And I think other people have got lots of enjoyment out of it. Plus, I mean, I still need to finish the Bowser's Fury series. So yeah, other people, I can see why they enjoy it a lot. And that's why Bowser's Fury is at number 8 with a 76.9%. Time for number 7. At number 7, we have Super Mario 64. Honestly, I do think that, personally, the camera on this game is kind of bad, and the movement's not as polished, but, you know what? There are multiple great aspects of this game, honestly, that I've learned to appreciate ever since my 3D All-Stars playthrough. Like, I played 64 on a different file that's not on my file, so I can still continue the series. But honestly, once I played it for myself and not for YouTube, I honestly got more of an appreciation for it, and I realized that this game honestly has a huge impact on the gaming industry, and it basically just made Mario into 3D. Well, personally, it is still one of my least favorite 3D Mario games. Honestly, for its impact, I can honestly look past it. Plus, multiple people speedrun this game. Multiple people's lives were changed for this game. This game changed so many people's lives. And honestly, people have as much of a nostalgia to 64 as I do to Mario Party 9. Although, personally, I prefer Mario Party 9 more than I prefer Mario 64. But that's just a me thing. I would say that objectively Mario 64 probably is better than Mario Party 9. But honestly, this game had a huge impact. Plus, Gamer27, you can thank this game for SMG4, because, I mean, you love SMG4, and literally all the assets are of SMG4. And honestly, yeah, this game had a huge impact. Well, personally, I don't like it as much as other 3D Mario games, because, you know, the camera and movement's kind of bad. I can't deny how important this game is, and just how revolutionary it was, and how many people just hold this game as a big part of their lives. Like, I can definitely understand why the fans love this game so much. I mean, it's Mario 64. Multiple people love this game. Honestly, other than Ocarina of Time, I'm pretty sure that this is the most well-received Nintendo 64 game. And honestly, I understand why many people love this game. Like, many people just love speedrunning it. And maybe if I just played it on the original 64, I'd have more I do have, but I mean, I'd have more of a good time with, like, the camera. I'm not saying I don't have appreciation for it. I'm just talking about the camera. Honestly, yeah, I do have a big appreciation for this game. I just think if I played it on the actual N64, I'd be able to just have better camera movement and just get more of the mindset, because on the 3D All-Stars, it doesn't really control that good. But it also patched out VLJ, so you know, maybe that's just a me thing. But I mean, I have lots of respect for Mario 64, and it makes sense why so many people hold it in such a high regard. I mean, there's speedruns of this everywhere. So many people speedrun this game. In fact, I guarantee that there's a Mario 64 speedrun going on right now. Seriously, while you watch this, seriously, stop what you're doing right now, stop watching this video, look up Mario 64 speedruns. If a single person is speedrunning right now, you owe me a subscriber. So you better subscribe if I'm right. But if you're, you know, if I'm wrong, if I'm right, then you have to subscribe. But if I'm wrong, then you don't have to, but you can if you want. Like, I guarantee that a Mario 64 speedrun is happening right now. Look up Mario 64 right now. Look up Mario 64 speedrun on YouTube. I guarantee there's one right now. So yeah, Mario 64 is a game that many people hold in such a high regard, and I understand. I have lots of respect for it, considering what it did to the gaming industry, and it just made other 3D Mario games happen, like Sunshine, Galaxy, Galaxy 2, 3D World, 3D Land, Odyssey, and yeah, honestly, this game has such a great impact. So yeah, I understand why so many people love it, and that's why Super Mario 64 is at number 7, on to 6. In 6th place, we have New Super Mario Bros. Wii with 82.2%. I'm gonna be honest, New Super Mario Bros. Wii was the first Mario game I've ever played. Some of you probably thought it was gonna be Mario Party 9, but it's not. Mario Party 9 is the most nostalgic game to me. But if we're talking in terms of which Mario game did I play first, that title goes to New Super Mario Bros. Wii. And honestly, I still have a nostalgia for this game too. I'd still say that it's probably in my top 5 most nostalgic games. And honestly, this game, lots of people love. It honestly surprised me that even more people love this game than DS, because multiple people tell me that DS is the best, but then again, people like Ethan and Gamer27 also think that this New Super Bros. Game is the best. Heck, this is Ethan's favorite game of all time, which honestly is pretty cool. And this game is honestly pretty standard now, but it was basically taking the original New Super Mario Bros., adding 4-player multiplayer and power-ups. And honestly, I appreciate and like this game a lot. Honestly, this might be in my top 30 games. Like, it's really fun. Like, this and New Super Mario Bros. U are really fun. They're probably my favorite 2D Mario games, honestly. So, yeah, this game, I don't think it's quite as polished as U, but honestly, both Wii and U can bring lots of fun. Just play both of them with a family, and, well, you're near guaranteed to have a lot of fun. You're gonna have a really fun time, honestly. Just play either Wii or U with your family, and I guarantee you're gonna have some fun. It's honestly, these games are honestly really fun to play with family and friends. So yeah, I understand why people love this game a lot. And people have nostalgia to this game, kind of like I do. So yeah, that's why New Super Mario Bros. Wii is at number 6 according to the fans with an 82.2%. And the second highest 2D Mario on this poll. So yeah, honestly, I see why. This is also my second favorite 2D Mario game, although U is my favorite, and U's already gone. U was 14th. But yeah, anyway, this game is really fun, and I definitely see why people love it so much. So yeah, New Super Mario Bros. Wii is at number 6. Time for 5. In 5th place, with 82.5%, is my third favorite game of all time, Super Mario Galaxy. Mario Galaxy is a magical experience. This music, it's just perfect. You know, I use the word perfect very, very lightly. But this song, I don't know a single flaw in it. And that's honestly what wraps up the entire game. Sometimes the momentum can be kinda stupid, and some galaxies might be filler, but That's all. That's all the criticism I can even give this game. This game is a masterpiece. It's my third favorite game of all time, just ever. I love it. I love the atmosphere. I love Rosalina. I love the galaxies. I just love it all. This game, also the aesthetic, the outer space aesthetic. The outer space aesthetic is so good, and oh my freaking gosh, this game is so amazing. It's basically Mario goes in space, and oh my gosh, you also get to see some good again galaxy. And literally, the only other thing that's missing is Yoshi. And other than that, though, basically there's so many great galaxies. So many great galaxies. This game is amazing. This game is a phenomenal experience. I give this game a 10 out of 10. This game is single-handedly one of my favorite games just ever made. It is my third favorite game of all time. No contest. I just love this game. I love. I mean love. Like, love. This isn't even a game. This is a masterpiece. This is a adventure. This is an adventure. Oh my gosh. It's just amazing. And all the music, like Gussie Garden. Oh my gosh, just the garden, just amazing. And Bowie Bass. Oh my gosh. Bullet Bill acts like a tire. Stars are green. Is it a dye they acquired? And also Space Junk. I'm not joking. I'm not joking when I say this. I go to sleep with Space Junk music on. This isn't even a joke. I go to YouTube, type in Space Junk 10 hours, I listen to it while I fall asleep. This is not a joke. Galaxy is amazing. I love the Galaxy games. Galaxy 1 is just yes. Yes. This game is brilliant. No wonder it got the top 5. Honestly, this is my third favorite game ever made, and in terms of the things on this list, it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. The two Galaxy games are easily out of the top. The two Galaxy games are easily two of my favorite games of all time. Easily. I'm so glad this game got number 5 and 82.5%. This game, it's one of my... Not only is it one of my favorite 3D Marios, this and Galaxy 2, and it's also just one of my favorite games ever made. Literally ever made. It easily is one of my favorite games. It just, yes. Stuff like Mario 64, I have an appreciation for, but this game, this game is giving me an appreciation. This game is everything I want in a game. It's beautiful. It's majestic. Words cannot describe how just phenomenal this Galaxy is. I love the Galaxy games. Galaxy games are so amazing. I will never forget the one that started it all. This game is amazing. This game started the two Galaxy games. I love it so much. And I'm so glad that it actually got very high. So yeah, Super Mario Galaxy is number 5. Time for 4. At number 4, with 82.9%, we have Super Mario 3D World. I'm gonna be honest, I really enjoy 3D World, especially the Switch version, because the Switch version gives you lots of speed, and honestly, the speed just makes you go by real fast, and Mario is a zoomy boy if he goes that fast, and if you use Toad in the Switch version, that Toad is fast. Gotta go fast, and honestly, playing online is really fun. This is the only 3D Mario game you can play online with, and honestly, I gotta be honest, I honestly find it lots of fun just playing online with your friends. Plus, I'd say in terms of the levels themselves, this is probably the most replayable. I do prefer Galaxy and Galaxy 2, but 3D World has more of like stamps and green stars and stuff, although Galaxy 2 had green stars, although, I feel like these levels are more replayable, although, don't get me wrong, I do prefer Galaxy more as a game in Galaxy 2, because I like how the galaxies are structured more, but in terms of replayability only, I'd say that 3D World has more to do. And, just like Super Mario Bros. 2, all 4 characters have different power-ups. Mario is normal, Luigi can go very fast. Wait, no. Toad can go very fast. I don't know why I made this mistake, sorry. Luigi can jump high, and Peach can float. And honestly, all four are really cool. And there's a secret character. And honestly, the fact that it basically just has all the stuff from Super Mario Bros. 2, but in a 3D area, is really impressive, honestly. And I like this game a lot. And it also has the Cat Bell and Tanuki suit. Those power-ups are really cool, honestly. Plus, you can store more power-ups. And honestly, this game is really fun. I honestly prefer it to almost any other 3D Mario game, I'm gonna be honest here. Literally, the only 3D Mario games that I like more than this are the Galaxy games. And yeah, this game is just fun to play online, and just, it's fun to play by yourself too. And honestly, I'm glad it has 4th place, because that means that lots of people are finally starting to realize that this game isn't like, some people might just consider it kind of boring because, you know, it has 3D Land style. Although, honestly, this game's way better than 3D Land. I still like 3D Land, but I love 3D World. And just, 3D World is also pretty charming. Like, not as, like, deep as Galaxy, but it is still pretty charming, and I like being able to play with 4-player multiplayer, because this is the only 3D Mario game to have 4-player multiplayer. So, yeah, with all this stuff, I definitely say that 3D World deserves 4th place, which it has, so that's cool. So, yeah. Anyway, moving on to 3rd. In 3rd place, with 84.4%, we have Super Mario World. I'm gonna be honest, I personally prefer 3D World more, but I can't deny that this game is still really fun, and according to my fans, it's the best 2D Mario game. And honestly, well, personally, I prefer New Super Mario Bros. U and Wii. I definitely see why multiple people find this to be their favorite. I mean, it has Yoshi. This game has Yoshi. The first actual Mario game to have Yoshi is this one, and it's really cool. And basically, it just took Super Mario Bros. 3 and made it look better. So, Super Mario Bros. 3 was an improvement of the original. This game is the improvement of Super Mario Bros. 3. And honestly, it's my favorite classic 2D Mario. And I just like the setting of Dinosaur World, too. In Agent S, this is his favorite 2D Mario game, which is pretty cool. So, shout out to Agent S, am I right? Haha. Okay, but jokes aside, well, I mean, that wasn't a joke. Actually, subscribe to Agent S. Okay, but talking about the game again, Super Mario World is honestly a pretty fun game. And also, the world map is even more advanced, and yeah, it's pretty cool. Also, this game lets you store a power-up. So yeah, I'm glad that lots of people like this game because, honestly, it's pretty enjoyable. Well, honestly, I think I prefer almost every 3D Mario game to it, and New Super Mario Bros. U and Wii. Personally, I still find that Super Mario World is still a pretty good experience, and honestly, it honestly makes sense why it's at 3. Honestly, this game's pretty good. So yeah, that's why Super Mario World is at number 3. On to 2. At number 2, with 89.4% of the votes, we have Super Mario Galaxy 2. I'm gonna be honest, if this was my list, Galaxy 2 would be number 1. Take everything I said about Galaxy, and just add more gameplay. Yeah, sure, the story isn't as present, but honestly, I prefer these galaxies. There's amazing ones, like Supermassive, Fluffy Bluff, Cloudy Court, Tall Trunk, etc. And honestly, they're all just a blast to play. And honestly, I think that the controls are even more precise. And this game has Yoshi. You know how Super Mario World is better than 3 because it has Yoshi? Well, this game also has Yoshi, but Galaxy 1 does not. And you could just say these are basically the exact same, but slight differences. But, even if that's the case, Yoshi is in Galaxy 2. So, Galaxy 2 is automatically better because of that. I wouldn't say the music is as good as Galaxy 1 though, but there are still some bangers, like Cloudy Court and Cosmic Cove, and honestly, yeah, there's lots of good ones. I mean, I still listen to Space Junk when I go to sleep, but sometimes I do listen to Cosmic Cove. It usually depends, although I listen to Space Junk a lot more. But this music is still really great too. So honestly, I love every aspect about Galaxy 2. It basically just enhances the original. So yeah, the only thing is, this is just my favorite. It's not objectively the best one. Now the game that's number 1, on the other hand, at number 1 with a 90.7%, we have Super Mario Odyssey. I'm gonna be honest, this makes lots of sense to have as number 1, and I'd say objectively it probably is the best one. Although Galaxy 2 will always be my favorite. Basically, in Odyssey, I'd say that the controls are really good. Like, they're probably the best controls out of any mainline Mario game. It's like, they're really good, and just, it feels so buttery smooth. Also, Cappy is really cool because you can capture enemies with Cappy, and then you can transform into those enemies. And honestly, being able to use those enemies' abilities is really cool. Plus, it's actually really open world, and lots of people love this game, which makes lots of sense. Because, you know, the capture mechanic is honestly really creative. And I really like being able to capture stuff and then being able to transform into that stuff and be able to have all the abilities that that thing has. Some places you actually need that for areas. And honestly, it's really cool. And it feels the most open world, so, you know, it makes lots of sense why people love this game so much because, yeah, it's really important. The, like, Switch library. So yeah, it's a really important game of the Switch, that actually is one of the first. Plus, my Switch actually came with Odyssey bundled, which is really cool. And yeah, this game's open world, and the capture mechanic's pretty cool. And also, yeah, plus the multiplayer is pretty cool. It's basically Galaxy and Galaxy 2's, but honestly, I think Cappy is more, like, better than Luma. So, you know, I do think that this game is the most refined 3D Mario, and it is also objectively, yes, I'd say it's the best one, since it's the best controlling one, and it's also the most open world, and, you know, it also has the most secrets and the most power moons, because Galaxy and Galaxy 2 have like 120, but this one has 999, which is really cool. Plus, the entire story is pretty cool, where Bowser just tries to marry Peach by getting the blinding band and stuff. And essentially, you need to go to different areas, which is really cool and just really creative. Plus, the areas themselves are really cool. There's one of Caps, there's Cascade, there's Luncheon. Luncheon's actually really cool. That food is so good. Like, it looks so good. I genuinely want it so much. There's also Ruin, there's Cloud. I'm gonna be honest, Cloud Kingdom isn't really that good in my opinion, but the rest are actually pretty good. And there's even more that I haven't talked about yet. So yeah, Mario Odyssey definitely has lots of content, and it definitely makes sense why everybody put this at number 1 on the fan list, and why it got number 1. So yeah, it makes lots of sense. So yeah, that is my Mario Day special. I hope you enjoyed it, and also let me know your favorite. I know lots of people have their preferences and nostalgia and childhood and stuff. So yeah, honestly, a subject like this could be really divisive at times, because a kid's favorite could be Odyssey, but an adult's favorite could be the original Mario Bros. So yeah. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell on Asian S's channel, and mine too. And yeah, I'll see you later. Goodbye!